So today I've got some interesting videos. This is probably going to be my second video of 2021, but as of for me recording this, it's actually 2020. So haven't seen Revolution of the Daleks yet, but that's coming. But today we're going to be talking about something a bit down memory lane. This might be the first in a bit of a series, but or rather the second actually, because but also I bought some new ones because there aren't any cards from this series in this set that I bought in a charity shop. So I bought this, which I want to unbox now. I'm going to do a sort of time-lapse thingy and sort of stop the time-lapse when we get to some interesting cards. I bought this off Amazon because I want to grow my sort of card collection. It's a nice shiny box. There's some lovely monsters and villains on it. I believe these are probably some of the more common of the Battles in Time cards. This are the Series 3 ones, I think, probably. But yeah, we're going to have a look at that on our time-lapse. Before we start the time-lapse thing, I just want to open the box, show you some of the villains before we go. We've got the TARDIS, we've got Lynx, we've got Banner Omega and Imperial Dalek, the collectible trading card Ultimate Monsters series. Got a couple of the cards here, so that's a Cheetah Person, the Glass Dalek from Revelation of the Daleks. You've got Broton, and you've got a Heavenly Host and a packet there as well. And then you've got some legal stuff, because this is technically the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a shop, because you open it up and this would pop open. I'm not going to do that because I want to keep it folded like this. But if you were in a shop, you'd open it up like that. Obviously inside you can see these lovely shiny cards, and I won't do this for every single pack because I have no idea how many there are in here. But here we have a very nice shiny, and we try and keep some of these back in good condition, hopefully, and cut them out slowly. We've got this lovely Ood here with a lovely shiny orb, a Zygon, and a Sea Devil, Ultimate Monsters, Battles in Time. I believe each pack contains 9 cards, so and £1.50. I mean, compared to Pokemon cards, these were clearly a good deal. I mean, while I open this pack, I'm going to just sort of tell you my sort of thoughts. Okay, so this is located. I am just going to sort of walk through this pack, partially because I want to tell you my experiences of Battles in Time. I didn't really experience Battles in Time when it originally came out, but I did experience Monster Invasion. I have memories of that, certainly, and trading those cards with my friends and stuff. But I've never properly collected Battles in Times. I mean, I remember going to Wales once, and I picked up a bundle of these in a sort of sci-fi sort of charity shop. There's the packet, so I'm trying to keep that as clean as possible. I don't know if you heard me unwrapping that. We'll see how that came out. But for this first pack, I just want to sort of go through the cards together. So first of all, we've got a lovely shiny Davros card, which looks really nice there. I think that's a really nice card. Who we got next? We've got a Whirrin from Season 12, my favourite story of Season 12, personally. We've got a Tetrap group. I love the Tetraps. I think the time they're on is really underrated. Got V3 attacking. I really love these classic cards. We've got another 6th Doctor villain, the Vervoid. I love the Vervoids. But I love having these sort of classic cards. I mean, a lot of the ones in the TARDIS that I've got here are new series ones, but I really loved the classic ones. And this is one of the ones that was in that bundle I spoke of earlier. This Husk card, which I think is really nice. And we've got Syl! I love Syl as well. He's great. There's a lot of 6th Doctor cards here. And then we've got a Scarecrow army from the two-parter from Series 3. And I love that they all say the Doctor that they featured in. So you've got the 7th Doctor here, got the 10th Doctor here, got 6th Doctor, 7th Doctor, 6th Doctor, 4th Doctor, 7th Doctor, 4th Doctor, 6th Doctor. So they're all from the same sort of Doctors there. But yeah, that's the first pack. I just wanted to sort of go through that and talk about the design of each card. I love that they kept the logo for the RTD era on these cards. I love the backdrop on these. That's very iconic sort of logo of the TARDIS going through time. I just love everything about the design, the sort of the agility scores and stuff like that, and there's little facts at the bottom telling you a bit about the story. I really love all of that about the cards, and I love that they tell you, I think this is a completely monster pack. I know they've got a robot there, mainly monster pack, and I love the special cards and stuff. But I wanted to go through that before I time-lapse everything and I don't get to speak for a few minutes. I'll probably put some music on with it on while we go through it. So yeah, that's the first pack. I just wanted to stop for the Ice Warrior because actually I was just talking to someone about the Ice Warriors and showing them some pictures of some Ice Warrior stuff I got for Christmas. I just thought I'd stop there and pause on the Ice Warrior for a moment to admire this lovely card. I love this sort of red beamy thing there. And there's some other exciting cards which I will just briefly... We got a lovely shiny card a minute ago of the Master, which I loved. I would have focused on that, but I just wanted to talk about the Ice Warrior. There are certain cards and certain characters I will probably do this for as well, because I really love the design of the Ice Warrior in this story as well. I know this is just the next pack and everything, but I really love the City of Death, and I felt like it would be a crime against humanity if I didn't talk about the Scaroth card, which looks fantastic. I really love Scaroth. Another thing about these is because the action figures are so rare for the classic series, so it's nice to be able to get memorabilia from these stories, even if they're not necessarily action figures, but of course cards and printed images. I just love collecting these cards. I just wish I had someone to play these games with, but yeah. Here is the Scaroth card, a lovely City of Death, one of my favourite Doctor Who stories. Quick break, obviously, to say the iconic line, "Now you will fight the dark side of my mind." I think this might be, "You may face the dark side of my mind," but nevertheless, a great moment from the Three Doctors, one of my favourite cards. And I was so sad that the action figure that they didn't have... I know that you could take it off and there'd be nothing there, but I would have loved if they'd made it so it was his head. I mean, obviously in the episode there isn't actually anything under there, but at the same time I would have loved a figure of Omega's inside. I don't know quite the mechanics. Was that something a part of Omega, or was it just sort of something that was his soul or something, I guess, but that's something we will probably never know. How many Naimon have you seen today? Well, clearly on this one card, it's not a Naimon group, but it is a Naimon nonetheless. But the correct answer would of course be 3. Now, of course, I have to make an exception for the giant maggot from my favourite ever Doctor Who story, The Green Death. I love how iconic this design is, this sort of maggot thing. It looks absolutely terrifying in some of these pictures. And I remember as a child, like, seeing pictures from The Green Death without having ever seen it, and just being absolutely fascinated by the story, because it just looks so interesting and intense. But yeah, that is my, obviously, abridged thoughts on The Green Death. Maybe one day I'll do a proper review, we will see. We've got a special card. This is a sort of holographic card, and it's funny because I was watching a well, I was doing a video with Parapickle Armor, and we were looking at the card for the Vesper form, and I think it's a very similar thing, because this is a reflective card of the Time Machine from, again, one of my favourite classic Doctor Who stories, The City of Death. This is the moment at which the what's it called? That scientist guy, Professor, I can't remember his full name, but he gets, oh wait, no, this is the chicken bit, actually. You got the chicken, and then it's getting turned slowly into a pile of bones and ashes as it gets older. That's really, really clever card. I'm really glad to have that card in my collection. And now I'm going to take a bit of a break, although you won't notice it because of editing. I'm taking a bit of a break because I've been recording for a while. It doesn't look like it with the time lapse, I'm sure, but nonetheless, I am going to have a bit of a break. Okay, I wanted to make a brief stop. This is part 2 of my recording session. You'll probably be able to tell from the difference in lighting, going from the harsh yellow from the previous sort of natural lighting earlier. But I wanted to pause for the Yeti, who is one of my favourite monsters. I made a custom Yeti. I believe it's from the Abominable, from the Web of Fear rather than this. This is the Abominable Snowman by the looks of it. There's subtle differences in the costumes. For example, this one doesn't have any eyes, I don't think. Well, it might do. I think it just has the one though, whereas the one from the Web of Fear has 2. So there's lots of rumours around this being animated at some point next year. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it is one of the stories I've always wanted to see since the Web of Fear came out. It's one of my favourite of the stories that I've seen from the 60s. I really love that sort of atmosphere of being in the train tunnel and everything. So yeah, it's a standout episode for me. Of course, we have to have a moment to also reflect on one of my other favourite monsters, the Drashigs. Yes, I'm a big fan of Season 10, although I'm only really a big fan of the first 2 and the last one. I really love the 3 Doctors, I really love the Carnival of Monsters, I love the Drashigs, and I really love the Green Death, so that's one of my favourite classic seasons. Not too keen on Frontier in Space and Planet of the Daleks, but I mean, they're pretty good. But yeah, I love the Drashigs, and I love the mechas. They're just such great fun. I really just love the vibe from Season 10, so I love having this Drashig card. So, we're starting to get some lovely embossed cards here. We've got the embossed Pterolepsal, and I sort of tried to linger on this embossed Hemovore, ancient Hemovore from the Curse of Fenric. These look absolutely stunning. I really love the way you can tell that I've got my lights on now, because you can see the light sort of glimmering in the shiny cards particularly. But really effective. I saw a Davros one online and thought, what the hell is that supposed to be? But now I realised that it's because it's embossed, and it's a really nice sort of way of doing the cards. I quite like that a lot, actually. Now, here's an underrated gem, in my opinion. Oh, you can just about see the edge of the Lego brick there. Sorry, I use a Lego brick as my stand instead of buying a proper tripod, but you can just about see it right on the edge of the screen there. But anyway, here is an underrated classic, in my opinion. Kroll from the Power of Kroll, the Key to Time season. I really love Kroll. I don't know why. I was ill when I first watched it, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But I really just love the design of Kroll, and that image of it taking over that oil rig is so iconic to me. But yeah, that's Kroll for you. You know, I was starting to wonder if he'd ever turn up. Yes, it's K1, otherwise known as Boba Tennant on YouTube's favourite. But I went to this pack knowing that there was a K1 card and wondering if I would get it. And here we are with the K1 card, which is really nice. It looks really great in shiny sort of colouring there. I really just love how much that looks, actually. The way it glistens, actually. I wonder if there is I don't know if this is the only K1 card, but either way, a great card nonetheless. Now we're down to the final 2 cards of the pack. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if these were all duplicates, let's be honest. My duplicates pile has certainly grown in the last half of this. There was about 3 cards in the first half, but now it's grown quite sizably. So we're down to the last 2 packs. I wonder if we'll get any special cards or if they will just all be duplicates, which is probably more than likely. But let's have a look at them nonetheless. And I'm going to go through these together because I know it's a bit dull just sitting watching time lapses all day. You want some action. So we're going to open these packs together. We got an Empress of the Arachnos, who is indeed a duplicate. We have this person, who is also indeed a duplicate. We have this person, Max Capricorn, who is also a duplicate. See what I mean? We got the Zygon, which is also a duplicate. Lucosa from Mind Warp, which is also a duplicate. The Zarbi. We have the Zarbi from the Web Planet, one of my personal favourite 60s stories. It's not particularly good, let's be honest, but it's fun to watch. It's kind of, even if I have no idea what's going on, it is nonetheless a hilarious piece of television and forever iconic in my eyes at the very least. The Nymon Capsule, which is also a duplicate. Yep, I was right. This is a whole pack of duplicates. Dalek Shuttlecraft from Remembrance of the Daleks. And Eldrad Must Live, which is also a duplicate. Which means we are now down to the very last packet. And who wants to bet now that it will just be duplicates? I mean, I'm not a betting person, but at the same time, it's probably quite likely. We started off with this one, which I think is a duplicate, but I'm not entirely sure. This one is also a duplicate. The Eliza. That's duplicate. The Sea Devil, which is also a duplicate. The Yeti, which is also a duplicate. See, I said that it is all duplicates, and it's actually going to be all duplicates. The Melka, which is also a duplicate. I knew this would happen. We got the Tractor Group. I still don't know who they are, but they are a duplicate. And we have Mother of Mine, who is also a duplicate. And Banakafalata, who is also a duplicate, which leaves us with only one card that has the potential to either be a duplicate or something new. And it's a duplicate, but it is a super rare duplicate, so I mean, I'm not complaining, it's very shiny. I do like that. But I shouldn't have said that they'd be all duplicates, but because they were. But yeah, nevertheless, that's a good pile of duplicates. There. Very good pile of duplicates. I mean, lovely duplicates. Love that. Yeah. Anyway, yes, so that was my Battles in Time unboxing. I was going to show you some of the cards in this, but I feel like the video will be too long. So, I mean, if this video does well, if you share it around or whatever, or like it, or leave a comment, tell me about your experiences of Battles in Time. Maybe I will do a sequel with more Battles in Time cards. There have been some pretty random ones, some very random ones. We've had some pretty cool ones at the same time, and I'm very glad I did buy them because they are great fun. Nevertheless, it is time for me to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, yeah, I've said that before, but never mind. Never mind. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Happy New Year, I guess. I probably already said Happy New Year in my last video, but Happy New Year nonetheless. Bye-bye.